Hey guys, welcome to Get Forked. Uh, I just had I don't know why I was going. But anyway, welcome to Get Forked. Oh, show enough here. My co-host is laying under my desk here, not doing his job. But anyway, let's. I want to take a look at this game here because just winning down material, and this is why if you hang a queen or something early in the game or any time in the game, and you still have pieces on the board, don't just resign. Don't just tilt and resign because stuff like this can happen. And we'll go through this game here and I'll show you what I mean. So, playing Caro-Kann, he's playing e4, opening with the knight out. Oops, knight out. This is, I get this a lot in the Caro, and it ends up being an exchange. Take, take. With the exchange, I like to bring this out, bring this here. That way, if they come out here with their bishop, I let them take. Then I take back with the pawn, and that opens up this file. I eventually castle on this side, move my king over, move my rook over, and I form an attack after they castle over here. That's generally how I play the exchange Caro. So we see the bishop come out. I thought about moving the knight over here, or actually up here. I didn't do that because I just didn't want to deal with having to move this pawn and then all the stuff. I just wanted it to be over, so I dropped the bishop back. He takes, I take with the knight to develop a piece. Also, in the exchange, Caro, I believe this knight does go here anyway. So when this knight hops in, we can take it. I think. Anyway, that's how I play it. Works out most of the time. So move my pawn up to activate this bishop, and then we see him bring this in. And for whatever reason, if we look at the time, 9:33, 9:26. Okay, I block. He moves. I move that up. Just trying to, I don't know, threaten, win pieces, get aggressive. I moved that up, which was a mistake because it leaves. I forget why that was a mistake, but I remember playing that and thinking I weakened something. Regardless, I keep just pushing, bring my knight out. I think maybe that's what I thought was a mistake. God, I honestly don't remember. Anyway, take that to open up the king. Now this file's open. Takes back. Now it's not open. This was, I think, maybe what I moved incorrectly. Like that's what I thought was a mistake during the game, and it was because it was a blunder. My plan was to move this and move this, and I don't know, just break this open. I want access to his king. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but anyway. So he takes the pawn. It's a free pawn, and then let's see, 908, 907. So I took a second because I was already thinking, okay, if he takes this, I'm just going to move this here, threaten to take back, and whatever. I didn't even take the time to look around and see that I just hung my queen for nothing. And instead of getting like upset and tilted, I just took it back and I'm like, okay, I'll probably lose this game, but I have two knights and a bishop and two rooks, so let's see what we can do. He pushes his pawn. And most people, I get a lot of people, you take their queen, they resign. They resign. It happens a lot. So don't do it. you know? Because I have opportunities here to win pieces and stuff. I missed this one. I'm just like laser focused on trying to get an attack as quick as possible. So he moves his knight down here, which is, fine. I take it, takes back, and I check. He moves this. And this is where I start bullying him a little bit. So I'm getting my pieces ready, ideas to take this. Um, getting rook lined up with queen. I'm aware that I need to take this pawn too. And this queen is lined up here. So I'm looking at this the whole time. I'm like, okay, take, or he takes back, I take, and then queen takes. So it doesn't work because if I take, he takes, I take with check, he takes, for free. So I need another piece defending this, basically, is what I was thinking during the game. And I give this knight check, helps move my knight in closer, get, I don't know, possibly potential checks and stuff if the king moves. So he does move his king to attack the knight, and here I give a check, which that was a bad move, I think, with his king because it allowed me to check, get a free pawn, and now I'm kind of infiltrated in the area. And this was, I mean, I could have won a rook here. I could have moved this with check, defended by the knight. I would lose my knight, but I would win a rook. Instead, I moved the knight to preserve the knight and target the queen. Because I didn't want to lose pieces because I am down a queen. So unless it's a real good trade, I don't want to do that. And here I go ahead and give a check, defended by the pawn here. And now I'm kind of the one bullying him. His king is out in the open, being targeted and checked all over the place. He brings that there, and I think I thought a little bit on this move. Like 20 seconds, which is a decent amount of time. Trying to figure out where to move, looking for checks, seeing what I can do to perhaps win a queen. And I bring this back, defended by 2 pawns. And my thinking was, if he takes with the knight, I can take with check with this pawn, and this is still protected. So I'm okay with that, right? So he does take with check, and he takes the pawn, just kind of giving up the queen. And now I take, and I'm actually up on material from being down a queen, which is pretty impressive just from playing somewhat solidly. And I take, he takes. I don't know what he thought here would happen. Like maybe he thought I would take with the pawn and he would take this and he would be up 2 rooks, but I can just move my rook over and then win another rook if he takes. So that's, what I did. Then I take with check. He has to take or move his king. And then I missed this the first time. So I give this check, right? He moves his king up. And I don't think I took the time. Oh, well, I guess I did. So 10 seconds, 12 seconds I took. And I just missed that this was a discovered attack and I could have won the rook, right? Just by moving my rook up. So, oops. So he moves this up. Anyway, I move it down 1 to come over here because I figure he's going to move his rook here. And I was just going to move over and check. But instead, he brings his king down. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's give this a second try, right? Like, and I'm thinking, like, no way he's, like, didn't see that, like, this can happen. Like, no way he's going to move his king back to the other spot. And maybe he was going for a draw. I don't know. But he did it. And I was like, oh my God, like, why would, like, did you not just see that? We just went through this move, right? So I move it up. Discovered attack, and I win the rook, and then he just resigns. And that's why you don't give up, when you lose pieces like a queen or a rook or whatever. Like, just play it out. Like, just play the games out, because people blunder, they make mistakes, and you'll get more draws. So if you're actually trying to climb the ladder, if you played out every game you resigned, I looked and I have like 47% of my losses are resignations. Let's say I played out every game that I resigned ever, like played until I got checkmated. How many of those games instead of losses do you think would be draws? Like, I bet I would be at rank 1,000 and over right now had I played out every game I resigned. Because a lot of those, someone will blunder and you win, or uh, someone will stalemate or draw, right? And so just play them out. If you're trying to climb the ladder, play them out until the end. If you're, especially if you're lower rated, because people blunder all the time and they stalemate, they may not know how to like checkmate with a rook and a king, or a queen and a king. I've seen people stalemate where they have two queens on like these squares and your king is in the middle like this, and they move their king over to block you from moving, and it's a stalemate. All kinds of stuff like that. So anyway, this is just a message. Don't resign, because I do win quite a few games like this where I hang a queen and I just play it out. Obviously, you lose the majority, but you'll win a decent enough portion to make it worth it. All right, guys. Drop something. Anyway, all right. You guys have a good day, and keep on playing chess. Later.